All right, guys, it's Friday. We made it to the end of the week, and for the end of the week, we're just going to look at endings in phonics. We've talked a lot about base words and the different endings we put on the ends of our words, and today we're going to find them. Let's look at the instructions at the top of the page. Ready? Print 2 words from the list next to the matching ending. For the last one, print 2 contractions. All right, let's read the words in our purple word box together, starting with coldness. Ready? Coldness, going, can't, thoughtful, lovely, funnier. Let's go to the second line. Blasted, waiting, darkness, deepest, glasses, bushes. And the last line, happiest, wanted, slowly, careful, brighter, there. Okay, and if you look at numbers 1 through 9, you'll see the endings there. So let's look at the first word in our purple box. Let's look at coldness. We have our base word cold, and the ending is ness. So we need to find which number has the same ending. And I hope you said number 6. But you're going to circle coldness and print it on the line next to number 6. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, and we're going to do one more together. The next word in the box is going. What's our ending in going? I hope you said ing. Circle going. Go down to number 2 where it has our ing and write going on the line. Okay. After you write going, turn your paper over. And as you can see, we're only doing page 173, so put an X on page 174. You're putting an X on the side that has a picture of a man on the moon. All right, go ahead and finish this on your own, and I'll see you in a few minutes for math. All right, hi guys, we're back for math. We're on pages 511 and 512. It's lesson 11, chapter 5. And today we're going to talk about subtracting ones or tens and comparing the difference between the two. We did that with addition, so it should be somewhat familiar. But let's look at the example at the top of the page with the little boy. He's reminding us that 2 equals 2 ones and that 20 equals 2 tens. So let's look at his first example. It says 35 minus 2. And they want you to remember that this is ones. So remember when we count by ones, we would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or we could count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And I bet some of you blasted off. But let's look back at our page now. It says start at 35 in this little box. Count back by ones. So if I'm at 35 and I'm taking away 2, if I'm counting backwards by ones, let's see, 35, 34, 33. 35 minus 2 equals 33. Now let's see what happens if I subtract 20. We're going to start at 35 and count back by tens. Let's review counting by tens. We're used to doing it by jumping jacks, and we can get up and do that now. We'll count to 10 with our jumping jacks. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And we also did it on our hundreds chart. Remember, we could start with any number and count down by tens. And I hope you remember back to doing this at school. We're going to do it now starting with 5. Ready? 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. Or we could do it backwards. We went from the bottom of the chart back up to the top. 95, 85, 75, 65, 55, 45, 35, 25, 15, 5, and 0. So here we're going to start at 35, count back by tens. Because it's 20, we know it's 2 tens, so we're going to count back 35, 25, 15. 35 minus 20 equals 15. All right, so this is telling you to subtract mentally and write the difference, counting forwards and backwards by ones and tens. And if you have a 100s chart at home that you would want to use, you could use that to help you. Or the other way we can do it is to set up our math problems. So number 1 says 67 minus 3. We could say count back 3. We could say 7, 6, 5, 4. And 6 minus nothing is 6. And remember, you can draw that line if you need to. And we can do the same thing when we're counting back by tens. We can draw 3 dots for our 3 tens, 60, 50, 40, 30. So if 60 minus 3 is 30, we have a 0 here. We know 67 minus 30 is 37. And if that feels too tricky, you can always draw your line. 7 ones minus 0 is 7. 6 tens minus 3 tens is 3 tens. So since we're not in school, I'm going to let you do it the way that works best for you. Either one is fine because you'll come up with the answer either way. All right. We know subtracting 2 tens is different from subtracting ones because if we're subtracting 2 tens, we're subtracting 20. And if we're subtracting 2 ones, we're only subtracting 2. And so we already did talk it over. So go down to number 12 and put a check mark at the bottom of your page. Okay. When you're finished, turn your paper over. At the bottom, on mental math, you may put an X on that. If you would have fun doing that at home, you can make something at home, but you don't have to do that. All right, but I do want you to do the word problems, and you'll set those up the same way you did yesterday. All right, we'll see you back here in a little while for English. Okay, we're back for English. We're on pages 181 and 182, and we're reviewing synonyms today. So at the top of the page in blue letters, it says Synonyms Review, and let's read the instructions. Circle the correct synonym for each underlined word. So number 1 says, my pal is a very good dancer. The word pal is underlined. Which word at the end of the sentence means the same thing as pal? Is it friend or grin? It is friend. Circle friend. You don't have to write anything today. Today we're just circling the correct synonym on page 181. And we'll do one more together. Let's look at number 2 and read that with me. He is unhappy that he did not win the race. Okay. The word unhappy is underlined. Which word at the end of the sentence means the same as unhappy? Is it little or sad? I hope you chose sad. Go ahead and circle sad at the end of the sentence. Okay, you may put an X on writer's corner at the bottom. And let's turn our papers over. You can go ahead and finish the front after we go over the directions, but the back is a little tricky, so make sure you're really paying attention. It says complete each sentence with a synonym. And in our word scarf, we have pairs of synonyms. So let's read our pairs of synonyms together. Ready? We have large, big, glad, happy, little, small, road, street, sad, unhappy. And then the next line we have jog, run, look, peek, kind, nice, grin, smile, pal, friend. All right? So when it's telling you to choose a word, you get to choose which one you want, which of the two synonyms. So number 1, for example, it says, Rico is my blank. When we look in our word scarf, the last pair is pal or friend. They mean almost the same thing. So your book chose the word friend, but you could have chosen the word pal. Circle both pal and friend. And remember, we don't trace because they print differently than we do. So let's go to number 2. We're going to do 2 more together since it's a little trickier today. I blank when I am happy. What do you do when you're happy? Okay. We have the words grin and smile, which mean almost the same thing. You could say I grin when I am happy, or I smile when I am happy. Circle both grin and smile, and you get to pick which synonym you would like to use to print on the line in number 2. So we'll write either grin or smile. And number 3, soccer players blank every day. What do soccer players do every day? We could say they jog or run. So circle jog and run together. And you may choose to write soccer players jog every day or soccer players run every day. Remember, you get to pick the synonym you would like to use. And if you hear that noise, that's my dog playing with my son Gabe's dog. They're having fun. So go ahead and finish your English paper. Hope you have fun with the rest of your day, and you have a great weekend. Bye, guys.